What's up guys? Today I got 3 hacks that'll help keep your cards in tip-top condition, so whenever you're out performing, you got nice crispy cards to keep on going. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe because I promise you will learn something that I know that you knew that you didn't know. Right? Alright, let's get into the list. So if you practice a lot, you probably go through a lot of cards. I mean, a lot of cards. So many cards. So to get the most life out of your cards, this is what I do. I open up 3 at once. I know it doesn't make much sense, but hear me out. What I do is I mess with one for a while, put it back in the box, and then I mess with the next one for a while until that one starts feeling like it's broken in, and then I put it back in the box, and then I keep on doing that, and I have a cycle of which I go through. And then what happens is whenever you keep a deck of cards in the box for a good amount of time, they start to feel brand new again. So now 3 decks of cards can last me up to like 2 weeks. As before, 3 decks of cards would last me 3 or 4 days. So this is a vital tip, and if you can get yourself in that kind of a schedule of using your cards, I promise you will save money and they will last way longer. Now the second tip is, let's say you drop the cards and one lands on the corner and you get this kind of a frayed corner like that, which this can get really aggravating because if you stick it back into the middle of the deck, you can always see it sticking out right there. So there's 2 things that I do in this scenario to help bring that card back to life. You go up to a hard surface like a wall or a table, and you place the card up against the wall and you press down with your fingernail up by the fingernail. Then you flip it over, you do it again, and then you go back to the other side, do it again, and then do it again, and a couple more times. Just straighten that card out. And then after that, what you are going to do is place that card back into the center, and then with the corner that's messed up, you are going to just run your thumb down the side of it over and over. Do that a couple times and go the opposite way, and now there's no messed up corners. You can't even see it. Don't even know which card it was now. But yeah, that's how you fix that problem. So the last tip is just knowing how to use the cards. I mean, it may sound obvious, but once you learn how to use cards, they last way longer because you have softer hands, and it does take time. I remember whenever I first started, a deck of cards last me like a half a day. I'd be going through 2 decks a day, which was really expensive. But after a while, I started realizing that they're lasting longer because I'm using a lighter touch. And you're not bending the cards whenever you're doing riffle shuffles. And another tip is just don't constantly be doing springs. I used to always do springs and constantly do pressure fans and under pressure. And if you constantly do all these flourishes that contort the cards a lot, then you're gonna have cards that don't last as long, simply due to the fact that you're overusing them. Whenever I get a new deck of cards, I just practice the sleights that I want to learn. All I'll do is just that one move or like 3 different moves, and just keep on practicing those 3 moves, and it will become so much more beneficial for you in the long run because the cards will last way longer. Another thing that really helps is card clips, but I'm sure you already knew that. And just try these methods out, see if they work for you. They've really worked out for me, and that's all that I really have to say for this video. Let me know what you guys thought about this video, and if you're gonna actually use these tips. I promise they work. I use them. Later guys.